But first, here on St. Louis 11 News at 4, we are following some breaking news out of Manhattan. A verdict is in the hush money trial of former President Donald Trump. Jury deliberations started yesterday, a day after lengthy closing arguments from both sides were presented. The fate of the former president now in the hands of 12 jurors. As it relates to the case, you would assume that there's going to be an appeal to this verdict. So from everything that I've read as well, it's that this is going to continue to be hung up in the courts, and that could extend well past the November election.
Likely to go beyond.
All right, at this point, Andy, I want to bring in our Mandy Murphy. As I mentioned earlier, we are simulcasting on Fox 2 as well as St. Louis 11 News. Mandy, you have been in the newsroom kind of digesting everything that's come in. You've probably had a bit more of an opportunity than we have to see some of the reaction that's come in as well, but you know, you both have been doing this for a long time, and this is truly history today. You're still seeing live pictures out of New York. That is the former president's motorcade as he leaves the courthouse there in Manhattan, and where he goes from here, one would assume probably back to Florida or his next stop on the campaign trail. I would venture to guess he probably has some campaign rallies set up for the weekend. I would be very interested to know the impact that it may have on fellow Republican candidates who are Trump-supported candidates, how this may impact their individual Senate Congress races. As far as the history-making moment is concerned today, for the first time in American history, we can say that a former president has now been convicted as a felon, and how that reverberates down the road with voters and certainly his place in history. Want to get to more breaking news this afternoon. Bomarito Automotive Group Skyfox over a massive water main break near Forest Park. This is near the I-6440 Tam Avenue overpass. Let's get right to photojournalist Stan Daywit. Stan? We want to just bring everybody up to date. This breaking news we're following is right in Dogtown. This is impacting the eastbound lanes right now of I-6440. Again, this is the Oakland Avenue area of Dogtown. Literally watching this as it unfolds here. It appears the firefighter is giving some instruction to those inside the vehicle. Oh my goodness, look at that. A firefighter has just pulled a small child out of that vehicle. So it was more than just one person inside. And firefighters now carrying a woman to safety. She was inside that van as well. Up over that firefighter's knees as he passes her to a colleague, getting her to safety in the westbound lanes of I-6440. Wow. And just so our viewers have an understanding of how we operate in these situations, you are seeing what we are seeing live, and what we do behind the scenes here is our assignment desk and our entire newsroom is working to get as much information as we possibly can from the authorities, but the authorities are learning things in real time too. So we always try to keep a measure of caution with what we're hearing versus what we're reporting in these situations, because these are developing details. We have seen this play out in communities across the country. I can't remember a time in our area here where we have seen this many people pile out of a school at this time of the morning. But as you also said, Kim, unfortunately it's happening more and more. And from Uvalde, Texas to California to Connecticut, where we had Sandy Hook. All right, here's a live picture now on the ground. These are parents and guardians reuniting with their children. I want to confirm with the control room that I'm accurate here. This is 5101 McCree. This is Gateway STEM. This is the location where we were told parents would reunite with their families, and they have been bused. Another live picture here from Chris Hayes' camera is showing the police presence that remains near the campus right now. There is a lot to unpack from that news conference, but perhaps most importantly and sadly this morning, we share the information that police shared with us, and that is that 3 people are dead. One of those is a female adult who was in the school at the time. One of them is a young woman, a teenager, who is dead. And the third person is the shooter.